Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aries for the week of October 24th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Aries. Let's get a shuffle in. Yeah. All right. Now I'm using the Tarot Muka, the After Tarot, and the Prism Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for regular updates from me. Also really does help me grow here on YouTube. Okay. Make sure we're all set up and in view, as you know I like to do. We'll take a couple of these, however many that is what we need, and then we'll also put this right here. All right, cool. Energy on the bottom, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So you love to see it. Ten of Pentacles, major energy of abundance in the tarot. Some of you have been building momentum, okay, for some time here. You've been building momentum. There might have been like some type of roadblock. You know, there might have been a curveball thrown in your direction, but you did not let that hold you back along this journey that you've been on. You know, the Ten of Pentacles is like finding the treasure at the end of your journey, really. And this is this idea, the family here on the card, they live in the castle. Castles in tarot represent rewards and riches. And this kind of signifies that they've made it. It is a big energy of rewards and completions, typically financially, but it can also be, remember, abundance is many things. Abundance is not just material. Abundance is also, you know, having a healthy body, having a healthy family, you know, being able to have support in whatever area of life that you need it in. All of these things are sort of are ways that you can look at abundance. The Ten of Pentacles is associated with family, although I'm not seeing it here. I think that this is less about that. And what I think has been going on is you've been building momentum. And I do think that you've been tested here. There's a test in every column that you have. So in the past, in the future, in the present, in the future, there's a test in every column, but it doesn't matter because there's also really positive messages in every column as well. And so I feel like for some of you, you've had a goal, you've had an objective, and nothing has stopped you from getting to where you need to go. And if you're not there yet, it's coming in the future with double aces. Double aces in the future, really nice, stacked on top of each other. Really, really nice message here. So let's go ahead and let's dive in. So in the overall situation, you do have the King of Cups. King of Cups person is really somebody who you can kind of say in this reading here, or in this illustration here, is living their best life, right? I mean, look at them. The waves are crashing, the seas are choppy, the waters are choppy, you know, the boats going behind them, the fish are flying above their head, but they don't care. They're throwing their cups in the air, they're enjoying life, they're living their best life. I feel like for some of you here, you are living your best life despite any challenges, despite any tests that the universe is throwing your way. And I think that you're really going for it. Now, the King of Cups can be somebody who has a high EQ. This is somebody who has a really deep ability to feel what others feel what others, to relate to others on an emotional level. This is also somebody who is caring. This is somebody who's kind of wise, if you will. And, you know, as a leader, they have kind of all of those qualities about them. There's also something about your intuition here that I think is coming forward. Whenever you get the King or the Queen of Cups, there's definitely a message of intuition there. But, you know, I think this is you're kind of feeling your way through life. And I think you're kind of feeling your way to a victory here. In the past, you have the Four of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Swords, and you also have the Three of Pentacles here. So this is where you've been building momentum. Okay, you've been building momentum. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. All right, these cards come one after the other, and they are the early stages of the journey to the Ten of Pentacles, right? And this is kind of where I'm feeling like for some of you, you've been diligent. Okay, I think the word diligent is coming into my mind here. And I think that you've been focused on your objective. The Three of Pentacles can indicate your colleagues or your teammates or the people that you work with. But in this case, I think it's less about that. I think that this is more about this idea of building. You can see the mallet in their hand. They are working away very hard here on the statue. And, you know, this Three of Pentacles, this person is really building something incredible. And eventually this thing that they're building will lead to some type of reward and recognition for all of their energy, all of their effort, all of their hard work. The idea here is with the Four of Pentacles, there's a couple ways that you can look at this, but this can indicate stability in finances, budgeting, planning, saving, preparing, all of these sorts of things, and not being reckless with your money, but instead kind of saving for a rainy day or preparing for something good. Like you might be saving up for a trip, or you might be saving up your money so that you can maybe take a gap year, or that you can take like 6 months off and start your business or whatever. I do think that maybe some of you are doing that here because you have this Ace of Wands in the future. You have the double aces here in the future, and you do have this big energy of abundance here on the bottom. So, you know, I think some of you have been doing that. The thing is, you do have this Eight of Swords. This at times has not been easy. The Eight of Swords is a card that can indicate a blind spot in your life. You can see the blindfold that they're wearing. They're kind of restricted here, and the thing is, they're trapped in this sword imprisonment, okay, in their life. And so it's this idea that it's the idea of feeling restricted or trapped, and you know, some of you here blinding yourself in some ways. I just feel like what's going on is this is your test that's been showing up here in the past, which is it's not just about restriction, it's about self-imposed restrictions. In other words, what you're doing to yourself is maybe restricting you or holding you back in some ways here, obviously. And so I think you've been diligent, but I also think that there's been a little bit of self-doubt as well. And maybe the better way of phrasing that is you've been diligent, you've been, you know, saving, you've been working hard, but previously you haven't been able to see the end game. And I think you're seeing the end game now. Because in the current situation, you have the Six of Wands, you have the King of Cups, and you have the Nine of Wands here. All right, so I said there's a test in every column. Well, the Eight of Swords, in the past, you haven't been able to see the end game. In the current situation, the Nine of Wands, you see the end game now, okay? This person is literally sitting at the entrance to the end game. They're sitting at the finish line. They're standing at the finish line. Okay, they're basically at the end game. And so your challenge here in the current situation is to continue forward. It's perseverance. It's simple. It's perseverance, right? So you now recognize that the end is in sight, and that the goal that you've been working for, saving for, I think some of you are really saving money. Whatever this is, I think is closer than you may realize at this time, or maybe you're beginning to realize it. But the idea is, with the Nine of Wands, is to definitely not give up at this moment, because you are so close to finding this. Now, the King of Cups, the other thing is, I think what the King of Cups is, it's this idea of being calm, cool, and collected in your actions, in your thoughts, in your movements, all of those sorts of things when you get the King of Cups. And, you know, I think for you, I also think that some of you are just kind of really like allowing your feelings to guide you in the right direction here, and allowing your feelings to sort of be the guiding light. Yeah, the guiding light towards the end of the road, or towards the outcome that you've been working so hard for, working so diligently for. You do have this Six of Wands here, which the Six of Wands is potentially, you know, this is about victory in your life. This is about charging forward to the end. And this is about taking a victory lap, all right? And this person has been successful in their life. So you can, what I like is, and this really kind of builds on what I've been talking about, which is the Six of Wands is in this upper row. Upper row is the row of your thoughts. In your thoughts, in your mind, you can see the outcome. You can see the victory, even if it's not here yet, you can see the victory. And, having that strong ability to visualize is very important, is really very important. And so, yeah, I think you can visualize the success. I think you can visualize the outcome. And I think that that's really carrying you a long way. In the future, you have the Two of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands, and you also have the Ace of Swords. Amazing, right? Double aces, I mean, for real, amazing. Your challenge in the future here is to not dip back into this Eight of Swords energy, okay? Because you see the crossover here, which is the blindfold. Okay, Two of Swords has the blindfold message, so does the Eight of Swords. So the challenge here in the future is to let go of those self-imposed restrictions here. Don't allow them to come back in. Now, the thing about the Two of Swords is this can be like needing to be honest with yourself, like just needing to see your picture clearly, not looking at your situation through rose-colored glasses, but instead seeing your picture clearly here. Can come forward with the Two of Swords, okay? That definitely could be a message for some people. And I would say just make sure that you're being totally realistic. Otherwise, you have something incredible here with the double aces, right? Big confirmation that a new beginning is on the way. With these cards, Ace of Wands is more about like physically getting started or starting something. So many times this might come forward as a side hustle or a business. I do think some of you are maybe saving to start a business in some ways, or maybe you're starting it on the side. You can see the castle in the background. Again, you're on this journey to get to where you want to go here, which is showing up in the Ten of Swords energy as well with the castle. The Ace of Swords is about a breakthrough, and it's this feeling of kind of being, it can in some respects be like divine intervention, but you see the hand, right? The hand offering, kind of coming out of the cloud, right? Offering a sword or a wand. Ace of Wands, it's an invitation from the universe to go in a new direction or to go, start a new journey in your life, which I think is coming in heavily here for you. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at these oracle cards. So we ended up taking 5, so I'm going to do these in 2 rounds. So you have trust, passion, sweetness. All right, so you feel very good about a passion with passion and sweetness. And you feel really inspired to do this. You feel really inspired to move in this new direction, to head in this new direction, to go where you need to go where you feel, and the key word is feel, because remember, your feelings are leading you here. And I think all that's left for you to do is trust. Is trust in your ability and trust in yourself to really continue going forward on that. I found in life that when you take the first step, even if you fail, you end up getting redirected to where you need to go anyway. But if you don't take the first step, nothing happens. And that's where the trust part comes in, right? That's where the trust part comes in. It all ends up working out in the end, from what I've found. You have the Strength card and Rest. I just feel like it's not a time for you to rest here because you're very close to the end. Obviously, don't hurt yourself or anything, but I feel like you're very close to seeing this outcome happen here. I would say with the Strength card and the Rest, I would say that this is a big push to actually do this, like to really go in this direction, to really go where you need to go. And like, don't throw in the towel now because you're so close to where you've been wanting to get to. Let's go and start to clarify, but I do appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. Please do hit the like button and subscribe. Really helps my channel grow. So you have the Ten of Cups, you have the Knight of Swords, and you have the Sun card. Really incredible, okay, because the test spot is being clarified by another test. The Knight of Swords, it's not, cards are not good or bad. These cards have dual meaning, right? And it's just the way that you kind of approach the tarot. Tarot is up for interpretation. It's the way that you approach it. And the thing about the Knight of Swords is it can be an energy of chaos and destruction, but it can also be an energy of action and striking while the iron is hot. With the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Swords, this is you getting out of the sword imprisonment here. Okay, this is you getting out of your own way, getting out of your head, and moving in this new direction that you feel so divinely guided to move towards. The sun, for me, is the best omen to find in the tarot. I do have to say, whatever's going on here with work or with this thing that you're building, with the Three of Pentacles and the sun, incredible. Okay, really incredible. I think some of you are just a really good, some of you I think work for somebody, and like people have come to rely on you. Like I think some of you I think are self-employed, but I think that there's this interesting story where like some of you currently work for an organization, for somebody, and you're gonna end up like freelancing, or you're gonna end up like starting your own business or doing something like this. I think this is the end game for you. I think you see it, but I think you've been earning valuable experience in the workplace, and I think that this has been maybe more valuable than you recognize. The Ten of Cups is Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. I mean, you can't beat that, right? That is like both sides of abundance. The Ten of Cups is the other side of abundance, which is happy, like total windfalls of happiness, good family energy, good vibes. Ten of Pentacles is like the financial or the material end of abundance. And you have both sides here showing up. So I think, you know, you have this in your mind, which is very good because it means that you can visualize it, or that you are visualizing it. You have the Three of Swords. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Cups. You know, the invitation to go in this new direction, or to move in this new journey or this new direction here, you know, this is, I think, pretty close to on its way. It's well on its way here with the Page of Cups showing up. The Three of Swords, you know, this is this idea of separation, and you have it with the Six of Swords up there, okay? So the Six of Swords, victory, you know, exceeding expectations, taking your victory lap. What I think is going on here is you recognize if you're going to get to this new start, which you are, it also means that you have to separate from something that was once familiar to you. Queen of Pentacles, again, card of being extremely practical with money, budgeting, planning, preparing. You have that here with the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles in the past. You have this Page of Cups, which is this invitation of happiness that is coming forward for you. Wow, the Star, the Death card, and the Nine of Swords. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords, Ace of Cups. Yeah, so we now have three aces here in the future. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. Triple confirmation that this is arriving for you. Okay, this new journey is on its way. Nine of Swords, I think, is eustress, which is healthy stress. Healthy stress is a part of life, and healthy stress or eustress is a part, it comes along with the journey of self-improvement. If you're doing the things that are improving you, those things are not always easy. And I think some of you are just recognizing that, you know, there's a little bit of stress in maybe separating from the old job or moving away from the old job, because you, my friend, with the Star card and the Death card, you are bringing your wish into full view. And this is a big transformation, but this feels like a wish come true. On the bottom, you have the Nine of Wands. Definitely do not give up. You are so close to making this happen. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.